Good day, learners. Our subject for today is Science 5 for Quarter 1, Week 6 up to 8. And our topic is designing a product out of local, recyclable, solid, and or liquid materials in making useful products. For our lesson objectives, at the end of the lesson, you are expected to design products out of local, recyclable, solid, or liquid materials in making useful products. Congratulations! You've already accomplished understanding the concepts and acquiring skills in determining the uses of properties that tell whether materials are useful and or harmful. You have also investigated the materials under the effects of the two conditions where there is a presence or absence of oxygen and the application of heat on materials. I hope you enjoyed learning all these activities while staying at home for your good health and safety. Are you ready in the next journey as a scientist? I hope so. You can do better in the learning task designed for you in this lesson. You can still go back to the properties of the different materials around you or those that can be found at home and in your local community. This will help you to recognize the importance of recycle, reduce, reuse, recover, and repair in waste management. These skills will enable you to design products out of local, recyclable, solid, and or liquid materials in making useful products. Let us start by looking at the pictures of waste materials found in the kitchen and at home. Examine each picture. Can you recognize the process by which you can help to save the environment at home and in the community through waste management? So this is the first picture, the second picture, the third picture, and the fourth picture. Do you have empty bottles of vinegar, fish sauce, or soy sauce in your kitchen? If you say yes, can you reuse them? Waste management is the process by which materials that have been used, broken, disposed, and are no longer in good conditions are managed in a way that they can be reused, reduced, recycled, recovered, and repaired. These 5 R's in waste management are very important, especially in this time of pandemic, that our way of living has been adversely affected by community quarantine at different levels. If you will reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, and repair materials that have been considered as waste, you can contribute a lot in your community. Examine the pictures below. What will you do to show your concern for these materials found at home? We have the first picture, the second picture, the third, then we have another picture, and then the fifth picture, and the sixth picture. So what do you think are you going to do to show your concern for these following materials. Another way to manage waste in the environment is to reduce the use of plastics. Plastics are non biodegradable. You learned in the previous lesson that plastics can live for hundreds of years. Thus, you need to reduce the use of plastics. It is better to bring eco bag for storage and keeping of grocery items. Another way to reduce plastics is to have own tumbler that can be used to limit the use of plastic bottle for drinking. Plastics are also good materials to recycle. Recycle is reusing the same material to make a new product. Plastic bottles can be recycled as flower vase or pencil holder. Do you have computer or any gadget at home? If yes, there are times that these gadgets or appliances at home are damaged or lose some of its parts. Of course, it is not practical to dispose these materials because they can still be recovered by looking for replacement material that are available in the market, hardware, or in other stores. If your dress or clothes lost some buttons or have been damaged by wear and tear of materials, you seek the help of your parent to repair these materials. The pictures below can give you an idea to create your own product out of these local materials or used items found at home. Like, for example, the Tetra Pak of fruit juices that can be used as a bag. Then we have a bottle of soft drinks that can be used as a spray bottle. And then we have also the last picture, which is the toys that can be used as bookshelf. Reusing items at home instead of buying new ones can help to reduce waste. In the kitchen, it is better to replace all the single use eating utensils like styrofoam cups, water bottles, and paper plates with compostable or reusable alternatives. You can also bring your own bag in grocery stores in storing of foods. Durable plastic containers are very practical. Instead of using disposable batteries in running appliances or gadgets, rechargeable batteries are recommended. Repair is to fix something that is broken, damaged, split, or not working properly. Example of repairs that you can do at home are sewing the cut or holes in the pocket of your pants. You can seek help from elders to repair some leak in the faucets, electrical appliances, and cracks in the walls of your house. To reuse some waste in the kitchen, you can collect some materials that can be prepared as organic fertilizers in your garden. This is called composting. Composting is one way to reuse organic materials that maybe otherwise may end up in a landfill. In designing useful products, there are some steps and tips that you may follow to come up with rewarding results of your genuine effort and skills making new products out of local and used materials. And here are the steps and tips when designing a new product out of local and used materials at home. First, determine the available local materials that are largely available at home or in your nearby places and community. Second, study the properties of these local materials or used broken, damaged, or repairable materials. Third, we have create new products that are useful out of these materials by adding some aesthetic sense on them by watching videos, TV, or looking for some references that may guide you in creating new materials. And the last, as much as possible, seek help from elders to enjoy doing your activities in reducing, reusing, recycling, recover, and repair of materials to design local products that are useful out of these waste materials. To guide you in designing local products in the succeeding learning task, you will be using the rubrics given below. So we have the following criteria: content 40%, creativity 20%, usability and functionality 20%, cost effectiveness of materials used 20%, so for a total of 100%. So you will get outstanding or 10 points if right for the procedures are clear, concise, simple, easy to follow, and complete. The product involves reuse, reduce, recover, repair, or recycle. Meet the needs of the situation. And the product or output is largely appealing, striking, striking creativity, neat, presentable, unique, and shows originality. Durable, appropriateness of usage, addresses the problem or issues. And least cost of materials, locally available, and shows recycling and upcycling of waste properly. Then you will get 5 points for satisfactory if lacks one indicator for success. Lacks one indicator for success and lacks one for the usability indicator for success, and for the cost effectiveness lacks one indicator for success. And you will get 3 points or pair or fair if lacks two or more indicator for success for the content, and for creativity lacks two or more indicator for success, and for usability or functionality lacks two or more indicator for success, and cost effectiveness of materials used lacks two or more indicator for success. And for that, let us answer learning task 1. So here are the steps. Visit your cabinet or closet. Number 2, look for some used t-shirts or clothes that have been holes or broken buttons or lock. 3, use thread and needle to repair the holes or put some buttons whenever missing in your clothes. And 4, show your repaired t-shirts or shorts or clothes to your mother and or teacher. And for the guide questions, for number 1, how did you find doing the activity? Number 2, did you seek help from elders? If yes, why? And number 3, what will you do next if you see some missing buttons or there are holes in your shorts or t-shirts? In the succeeding activities, you will use the GRASP model by Wiggins and McTighe in designing product of out of local materials. Here is a guide on how you will achieve your results in designing new product. So GRASP is an acronym for G for goal, states the problem or challenge that you will use or that you will resolve. R for role, explains who you are in this scenario and what you are being asked to do. And A for audience, your target audience are for whom solving the problem is for, and who you need to convince of the validity and success of your solution for the problem. S for situation, provides the context of the situation and any additional factors that could impede the resolution of the problem. And then P for product, performance, and purpose. Explains the product or performance that needs to be created and its larger purpose. S for standards and criteria for success. Dictates the standards that must be met and how the work will be judged by the assumed audience. And for learning task number two, okay, this is another activity. Using the rubrics in the previous activity, design your own product from any of the available materials at home that you have recovered which are no longer in use. And number two, write your own simple and easy steps to follow on how to make recyclable materials. And number three, present your work to your parents or teachers for evaluation. And for learning task number three, this is another recyclable materials. So materials and tools that you will be needing: empty glass jar, old papers or calendars with decorations, glue, colored paper. It can be yellow, green, orange, black, scissors, tea light candles. And for the steps, first, use glue to coat and wrap in your favorite colored paper into the outside of an empty jar. Number two, cut strips of green colored paper, glue them around the top half of the jar. Number three, cut red and orange colored paper into circles. Glue them around the top half of the jar. Number four, cut two flower shapes in yellow colored paper. Stick them to the front and back of the jar opposite each other. Number five, cover the lip of the jar with a strip of green colored paper. Glue it to finish it off. Number six, place a tea light inside the jar. You are now ready to light them. Seek help from adult in this step. And after doing the activity, you have to reflect on what you have learned on this activity. So you will write, I understand that and I realize that. For learning task number four, read the grasp model below in developing your own product. Use the rubrics below. Okay, so again, you will follow the grasp model. So G for goal. There are a lot of leftover foods, old and used paper bags, papers, plastic bottles, plastic sachets of shampoo, candy wrappers, and other waste that accumulate in your garbage bin every day. R for role. Your role can be like a gardener or recycler. And A for audience, your output or project will be designed for the benefit of your family while staying at home during this quarantine period. And for S situation, this school year going to school is not allowed because of pandemic. Thus, home quarantine is declared in Luzon starting March 17, 2020 to prevent the spread of the virus causing COVID-19. While at home, you must help some members of your family to produce a homegrown vegetables as alternative supply of food. And P for product, process, and performance. Your skills developed in determining the properties of materials will help you to design your own product or performance-based output to achieve the goals stated above. And for S stands for standards, you will use the rubrics to exhibit the best output. So 100 over 100. And this is the criteria. So we have the content, 40% creativity, 20% usability and functionality, 20% and cost effectiveness of materials used, 20%. So for a total of 100%. So you will get outstanding for 10 points if the content, right, for the procedures are clear, concise, simple, easy to follow, and complete. The product involves reuse, reduce, recover, repair, and recycle, and then meet the needs of the situation. And then for the creativity, the product or output is largely appealing, striking creativity, neat, presentable, unique, and shows originality. And for usability and functionality, it must be durable, appropriateness of usage, addresses the problem or issues, and for the cost and effectiveness of materials used, least cost materials, locally available, and shows recycling and upcycling of waste properly. And you will get 5 points or satisfactory if the content lacks one indicator for success. If the creativity lacks one indicator for success, and usability and functionality lacks one indicator for success, and for the cost and effectiveness of materials used lacks one indicator for success. And you will get 3 points or fair if the content lacks two or more indicator for success and creativity lacks two or more indicator for success and for usability and functionality lacks two or more indicator for success and for the cost and effectiveness of materials used lacks two or more indicator for success. And that concludes our topic or discussion about designing a product out of local, recyclable, solid, and or liquid materials in making useful products. I hope that you learned a lot from our discussion this morning. Thank you and God bless everyone.